Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to think about making shapes on this grid, which is really just the canvas. I'm hiding this section because I created something that if you type this, it will do nothing for you. I have something like hidden that made this grid for me. So when you're like making shapes on on this canvas or this grid, you kind of want to think about it like it's graph paper almost, and this upper corner up here is 0, 0. By default, this number is the width. That's how wide the canvas is. And this number is the height. That's how tall the canvas is. So what units is this in? This is in pixels. So I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but to kind of give you a fake summary. So don't take this for word, like literally word for word is what I'm saying. But imagine you were to zoom into your screen and you were to see the individual little tiny dots on your screen. This is 400 of those wide. And I can tell you that that's not true because if I zoom out like this, well, now that kind of changes for me. So it's not entirely true. I kind of zoomed in so that we could have a better experience here. But think about it like that, right? Like you have like four little tiny little dots, and this is 0, and all the way up to there is 400. This is 0, and all the way up to here is 400. Now, this is considered your x-axis. This is considered your y-axis. Notice that, unlike in math, it increases on the y-axis as you go down. All right, that's as much math as you really need. Everything is a little bit more intuitive. So don't stress too much about it if you're like not feeling very mathematical. But okay. So let's just say I wanted to make a rectangle. Now, if I want to make a rectangle and I wanted it to start at this upper point here, well, the key term to make a rectangle is rect. Now, a rectangle could be a square. So, I'm just going to keep using rectangle. You could use square for other things, but to me, rectangle is just more, it does everything I want it to do. So let's say I want to make a rectangle from here. Oh, I just saw a notification. All right. From here, so that's 0, 0. All right, that's my first point. That's the x and y of my first point. And then I have to say how wide I want it. Now, I do have my grid going by 50s. So this is 0, this is 50, this is 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. So if I want it up to this way, so starting at that point and going this direction, well, that would be 100 in width. So let's put that. And let's just say I want my rectangle to go there and like maybe come down all the way up to this point, right? And then it closes off. So I know my starting point is 0, 0, right? Those two first numbers represent your starting point. This represents how wide you want it. So I wanted it 100 long, and now I want it 50, 100, 150, 200 pixels tall. That's the height. And when I press play, you'll see that it made a rectangle like that. Let me change this back to 50. I think that's what happened. It didn't save. Okay. All right. So that's how you make a shape. So let's try one more. All right. And I want you to like really try this out with me. Let's say I wanted to make let's not make a new one. Let's just remove these numbers. Just remember what they mean. X and Y of the very upper left corner point. This is your width, how wide you would like it. And this is your height, how tall you need your rectangle to be. All right, so there's 4 things. In fact, I'll put a comment right here. It's X and Y of the very first point, width, W for width, and H for height, right? These are the 4 numbers we want in here. Okay, so help me do this. Let's, I'm going to press, let me do 0, 0, 0, 0 for now, just so that it makes like a little tiny point up here. Okay, help me make a rectangle. Let's make a square. So let it start right here. It has to go this way. So it has to be 2 boxes wide and 2 boxes tall. And remember, my boxes are going by 50s. So if I want to start at this point, what 2 numbers would I put right here? That would be 50, 100. That's my X. So 100. And I said right here, right? I think 100. And then this is 50 on the Y. So let's put 50 on the Y. Okay. And I want to make a nice square here. So how wide is my rectangle? It is 50, 100. It's 100 pixels wide and also 100 pixels tall. And look at what would happen. Boom. Exactly where we wanted it. Isn't that cool? So one little task I would like you to create is to create a square on each corner of this grid, and then a square right in the middle of it. All right, this is a little practice. Let's try that and see. I hope you have a good time trying that out, and I'll catch you on the next one.